Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, my precious pack, and welcome back once more to Vega Conflict. We're going to start right off by going over the prize list for the mobilization. I'm going to give the recommendations, then I'm going to recommend targets based on the prizes in the order in which they're being mentioned. Well, not quite. I'm going to recommend which targets you hit, and then I'm going to go through an entire list I've compiled thus far of attacks, and more or less show you what each of the attacks is, so you can decide exactly what you want to use to fight. But right off the bat, Umbra Tech is basically the only tech that is available unless you want to pick up boxes, but let's go ahead and let's jump into the major things. First recommendation is going to be the Wraith Cruiser, second is going to be the Ogre Battleship, third will be the Medusa Destroyer, then the Manticore, with Phoenix Frigate being last. Alternatively, for any of you who cannot actually outright earn the blueprint or work up the blood amber shards required, go ahead and repeat the same thing, but in the form of the blueprint fragments. So pick up a few pieces from the Wraith Cruiser, a few pieces from the Battleship, a few pieces from the Destroyer, then the Manticore, and Phoenix Frigate last, unless you're lower level and you want, unless you're a very low level, I need to specify that, unless you're a very low level that can actually do the 40s and 50s, in which case then I would recommend you actually work towards the Phoenix Frigate. Due to the lower build requirements, you'll be able to equip better weapons and stuff on it than what you would be able to, and it's something you'll be able to start producing if you have a level 10 ship factory and level 10 ship lab, if I remember correctly. If not, someone can correct me down below in the comment section. After the ships, you're going to match the markup grades before you actually do anything else. So, if you've picked up the Wraith Cruisers, you're going to want at least 2 Wraiths, because that's what I use, and so far they've done extremely well in every regard that I use them for. So, pick up 9 to 10 boxes of the Mark II boxes, because that's how many you're going to need to be able to create 2 Mark II Cruiser credits. Pick up 9 or 10 Ogre Battleship boxes for the Mark II, once again, just so you can craft at least 2. Repeat the process for each of the other prizes, the Destroyer, the Battle Cruiser, and then for those of you who have the Phoenix Frigate only, again, it can be decent in some respects, however, the lack of shielding on the ship should always be strongly advised against, due to its inability to protect itself against anything other than carrier targets. But if you do wind up picking it up and want to build it for any reason whatsoever, pick up a few boxes, again, pick up 9 to 10 so you can get at least 2 Mark II credits crafted up. Secondly, if anyone is in the lower tiers, if you're working in Xeno Division, the Axis Advanced, the Advanced Xeno Integrated Systems, or the Altarians, I'd recommend picking up 9 to 10 of each of the boxes again so you can craft at least 2 of the credits for each of the equivalent ships. Okay, now is where it starts to get a little more entertaining. The weapons. Let's go ahead and let's take a look at the Nova Cannon, because this is going to be the main one you're going to pick up. I would advise you pick up as many of the fragments as you can. The ship should always be your priority, because you can usually get the weapon later, or alternatively, if you're afraid that they may not bring the weapon back, in the case of certain weapons that they typically don't show very often in these stores, then pick up the weapon before the ship. So, Nova Cannon 1, Nova Cannon 2, Nova Missile 1, Nova Missile 2, Nova Missile 3, in that order. Atomic Driver 1, 2, 3, in that order. And Havoc Cannon 1, 2, 3, in that order. The thing about the Havoc Cannon is, though, if you're going to put it on anything, put it on the Manticores, as most would most likely do because it was released with it, but you're going to want to face hug your opponent's ship just so you can make the most out of the weapon, and that's due to the spread on the weapon. Alternatively, for any of you working in the lower tiers, well, you actually have something good as well. Xeno Eclipse Driver and Heavy Eclipse Drivers, both of which are equally decent. I would advise you to pick up the Xeno Eclipse Driver before you start digging into the credits, well, the reusable items, and after you've picked up that one, go ahead and clear out the Eclipse Driver, as many of them as you can get, because they are actually very good, and as many people will see in the video, they're what's on my behemoth. Armor-wise, okay. Ablative Tungsten Armor 1 and Thonian Armor 1. If you pick up both of them, then pick up the Ablative Tungsten Armor 2 and the Thonian Armor 2. Now on to the stuff for the Behemoth. The Hostility Augment is, if you want to work the ship mass into a build, right ahead. I don't want to put it on the recommended list, but I will be picking it up myself just to use later on after I playtest a few things first. Now, Ifrit Thruster, I can't say the same thing about it due to the large increase in the damage threshold, as well as the lower ablative recovery. Now, I don't see that as being too bad because completely mark upgraded Behemoth is going to be doing around 22,000-ish damage per second to targets immediately in front of itself, or if you focus fire a target. And that's about it for the prizes. Magnetic Collar, I haven't used it, so I can't recommend it. They don't have any of the resistors that I would use. Base tech is useless in the base's current state. Prize boxes. For any of you lower levels who can't even get the prizes I've listed thus far, go ahead and work on picking up some event prize boxes. If you can, try and go for the top tier prizes, which are going to be the gold prize boxes, and you're going to basically cross your fingers and pray that you get a paladin box. Because you're going to want the paladin carrier later on, but if you can get one before you can even produce one, but you can fit it, that'll be even better. Alternatively, if you can't get enough to start clearing them out and you're just too low of a level, but you can fight the targets with insta-fleets, pick up the silver prize boxes, as many as you can, because again, if you don't get one carrier or the other, both of which are good, you'll still wind up with a decent carrier if you get lucky. And again, I do have to state that that's if you get lucky. Time tokens. Pick up whichever ones are corresponding to your tier or whatever faction you're working with. Resources that are naturally going to be used. So pick up whatever resources you might need. Okay, let's go ahead and let's step over to my bookmarks tab, and you're going to look at the names of the targets while I'm actually reading off a list as well as the prizes, and then there's going to be a short clip after I say them. But let's go ahead and let's just quickly step over there. Okay. And before I said that the blitz targets wouldn't be included in this initial list, they'd be included in the second video tomorrow. That's wrong. They're actually going to be included in this one because I took out both of the targets. Starting with the lowest level, the Umbra Decayed 40. Let's see here. Umbra Decayed level 40 rewards, 3,000 Blood Amber Shards, so a very mediocre amount. You'd have to hit 5 of them just to get a single silver prize box. They have a chance, and again I have to state that very strongly, a chance of a 1 hour Xeno crafting token and a chance of a 1 hour Xeno build token. So if you're building Xeno division ships, they're going to be decent if you actually get lucky enough to get quite a few of them. From the ones that I hit earlier, they were dropping fairly regularly.
Awaiting orders. Yes. En route. Mobilizing. Ready. En route. Your directives, sir. Reporting. Ready. Reload. Yes. Moving out. You're locking coordinates. Course laid in. Ready. Mobilizing. On our way. Proceeding to destination. On our way. Moving out. En route. Proceeding to destination. Moving out. Proceeding to destination. Your direct underway. Yes. Mobilizing. Moving out. Proceeding to destination.
Next up, Umber Decayed, level 50. Rewards, 8,000 Blood Amber Shards. You have to take out just 2 of them and you can get a silver prize box. And again, they have a chance of a crafting token, and they have a chance of a 1-hour Axis crafting token, and a chance of a 1-hour Axis build token.
On our way. Proceeding to destination. Mobilizing. Moving out. Mobilizing. Moving out. Proceeding to destination. Moving out. En route. Proceeding to destination. Moving out. En route. On our way. Moving out.
Umber Decayed, level 60 rewards, 18,000 Blood Amber Shards, and that means that you effectively get 1 silver prize box per attack, or 1 gold prize box per 2 attacks. And you get Mark III Phoenix Frigate boxes, and if you hit 10 Phoenix Frigate, if you get 10 Phoenix Frigate Mark III boxes, 9 to 10, you actually get enough crafting materials to make 1 Mark III.
Awaiting command. Awaiting orders. Your instructions, sir. Underway. Stand by. Awaiting command. Relocating. Awaiting order. On our way. Yes. En route.
Umbra Fiend, level 70 rewards. 40,000 Blood Amber Shards, Mark 4 Phoenix Frigate Box, and you're going to need about 15 of them to make a Mark 4, and 1 to 5 Blight Element.
Underway. Ready. Moving out. Proceeding to destination. Mobilizing. Standing by. Moving out. Proceeding to destination. Moving out. Yes. Ready. On our way.
Umbra Fiend, level 80 rewards. 100,000 Blood Amber Shards, Mark 5 Phoenix Frigate Boxes, and you're going to need between 18 to 20 to be able to craft the Mark 5, and 5 to 10 Blight Element.
Locking coordinates. Proceeding. Relocating. Locking coordinates. Relocating. Awaiting orders. Moving out. Underway. Proceeding to destination. Awaiting command. Mobilizing. Locking coordinates. Awaiting en route.
Umbra Affliction, level 90 rewards. 250,000 Blood Amber Shards, Mark 3 Wraith Cruiser Box, and again, they match the marks. You're going to need at least 10 boxes to make one Mark 3. 6 to 15 Nova Cannon, 3 reusable fragments, 10 to 15 Blight Element,
Copy. En route. Your instructions, sir. Awaiting command. Locking coordinates. Course laid in. Locking coordinates. Underway. Underway. Locking coordinates. Laid in. Relocating. Locking coordinates. Course laid in. Underway. Proceeding.
Umbra Hellion, level 90 rewards. 250,000 Blood Amber Shards, Mark 3 Ogre Battleship Boxes, 6 to 15 Nova Missile 4 reusable item fragments, 10 to 15 biochemistry elements,
Orders. On our way. Ready. Your orders, sir. Relocating. Reporting. En route. Mobilizing. Awaiting command. Locking coordinates. Relocating. Proceed. Locking coordinates. Target located.
Umbra Purgatory, level 90 rewards, 250,000 Blood Amber, Mark III Manticore Battlecruiser box, 6 to 15 of the Havoc Cannon 4 reusable item fragments, and 10 to 15 Spectronics element.
Copy, sir. Your instructions, sir. Underway. Yes, sir. Ready. Reporting. Awaiting orders. En route. Awaiting command. Your instructions, sir. Underway. Reporting. Proceeding to destination. Your orders, sir. Course laid in. Your directives, sir. Relocating. Underway. Relocating. Underway. Locking coordinates. Laid in.
Umbra Hunter level 90 rewards, 250,000 Blood Amber shards, Mark III Medusa Destroyer boxes, 6 to 15 Atomic Driver 4 reusable items fragments, 10 to 15 Gravimetrics element,
Online. En route. Your directives, sir. Relocating. Locking coordinates. Proceeding. Relocating.
and the final two are both Blitz targets, and we're going to start with the Umbra Hunter Blitz level 90 target, which is the same as the standard target I just mentioned, but it has a lower payout, but it has different prizes. It rewards 150,000 Blood Amber shards instead of 250,000, but it drops 5 to 10 Xenopsi turret missile 4 fragments, which is for the base, which the XP is too much for the actual base to be reliable in terms of defense, and I would advise to avoid crafting any of them for the time being. The other reward is 10 to 15 Blight Element.
On our way. Your instructions, sir. Course laid in. Underway. Locking coordinates. Proceed. Reload.
On to the Umbra Abyss Blitz, level 100. It rewards 350,000 Blood Amber Shards, 15 to 20 Atomic Driver 4 Fragments, 10 to 15 Ablative Tungsten Armor 3 reusable item fragments, and 25 to 30 Blight Element.
En route. Cruiser. Relocating. New heading. Battleship. Affirmative. Battleship. Copy that. Destroyer. Mobilizing. Moving out. Cruiser. Underway. Battleship. 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 Relocate. Battleship. Battleship. That's affirmative. Destroyer. On our way. Battleship. Cruiser. Let's move. Cruiser. Cruiser. Underway. Proceeding. Relocate. Relocate. Underway. Locking coordinates. Relocating. Lead in. Relocate. Set a course. Cruiser. Underway. Battleship. Confirmed. Cruiser. Destroyer. Proceeding to destination. Cruiser. Locking. Cruiser. Cruiser. Proceed. Locking coordinates. Relocate. Underway. Proceed. Proceeding. Underway. Battleship. Roger that. Destroyer. Mounted cruiser. Cruiser. Proceeding. Course laid in. Locking. Cruiser. Battleship. Cruiser. That's affirmative. Moving out. Underway. Battleship. Leading battleship. Roger that. Engine online. Locking coordinates. Battle. Confirmed. Orders received. Running course. En route. Battleship. Affirmative. Cruiser. Proceed. That's affirmative. Roger that. Running course.
That is the entire list covered, and each target will be based around what you want. First off, if you're a cruiser player or if you're just barely starting to build your fleet out, match the targets to the prizes that you can fight. So if you need cruisers, work on hitting the affliction targets for the boxes they drop and purchase the matching boxes from the event store. But that's going to be it for this video, everybody. If you found it useful, feel free to say so below in the comment section. If you have anything to add, or if you would actually like to recommend different prizes in a different order for lower level players, say so below in the comment section. But that's going to be it for this video, everybody. Be safe out there in the void, and as always, everybody, I'll see you later.